So I have my Halloween nails on. I have my black kitty cat. Let's do this October daily. So hello everyone, I hope that you are ready for October. So I am here finally ready to set up my October daily. I am super excited because this is the first year I'm going to be doing October daily, and I have high expectations for myself to actually get it finished. My December dailies usually take me all the way until January, so I'm gonna try to keep October daily until the end of October. So that's the goal. So for that, I'm gonna be using this binder. I had this binder for a year and I got it at Michael's for $1 last year. So I was like, well, I know I'll use it sometime because you know I love black and white, and I think it will be perfect for my October daily setup binder. Then I'm going to be using the scrapbookingstore.com kit of the month. This is the October kit. I did a layout using the collection, and I have all kinds of, leftover, well, not leftover, I have like almost a whole collection here. And I love the collection, the colors, the softness of the pink and black combination. So I'm kind of going for a pink Halloween theme. And then it has all kinds of ephemera pieces that I still have. And then I went ahead and designed some bubbles for my dailies because I couldn't find anything on the internet that was dailies, and I really don't want to be like, I don't know, like gluing stickers for the numbers. So I decided to just go ahead and do one that will match the theme that I have in mind with the pink and black Halloween. So I did 31 days, 31 bubbles, and these are going to be available on my website if you guys want to just simply print them out and use these, or you can create your own. And let me know, because I was going to do an orange and black also theme. So if you're not into pink, let me know, and then I can definitely get that one ready as well. And I also did an ephemera page to kind of, just like fuzzy cut around and coordinate with my bubbles, and I wanted to do like a cover for my binder. So this one says October 2019, and I plan on cutting it and adding it into the front, but I think I'm going to be using my laminator machine after I cut these ones. I'm gonna laminate it, and then I'm gonna put it on the cover so it lasts for a long time. And then I need all kinds of different like things that you can, like cut on strips and use it for your like picture prompts or things like that. So I'm gonna have that link down below. And now let's go ahead and set up our binder. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is do the cover. So I went ahead and cut this piece from here, and I'm going to be using my laminator. So I plugged in my laminator. I have it right here, and you always want to give it a couple minutes to warm up, so that's what I'm doing. So since I'm going to be using the laminator sheet, I'm going to take advantage and just laminate all these different ephemera. That way, we can just place it throughout the album. And I'm just gonna fuzzy cut around this really quick. Okay, so I am done cutting all the pieces, and so now I'm just going to place, I'm going to place them on my laminator sheet, and I'm just going to randomly put them down. And I'm not going to do this one because this one I think I'm going to cut on different pieces. I'm not sure yet. I might use it as a whole, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna add them. And then I'm gonna cut them up again. These were pretty easy to cut. As you can see, I do like keeping a bit of the white border around, and it just makes it so much easier to fuzzy cut around. So the laminator machines, if you don't have one, I got mine super cheap. I think I got it at Amazon for like gosh, I don't remember, but it was probably like $20 or $19 or something like that. And I love it ever since I got it. I used it a few times. I wish I used it more. But anyway, so then you just put it down here. Let's see. Let me see if I can bring it closer so you guys can see how easy it is. So you just put it down. Yeah, you do want to wait for this to be warm enough, and then there's this little light that will light up. The light will light up and say when it's ready for you to insert. And you just kind of hold it up and steady because you don't want the images to move around. So now I'm just going to trim that. I'm going to start with the October cover piece. So now I'm just going to round the edges of this piece, just like that. So now I have this piece and I am going to glue it on the center of my binder, and I already love how this looks, just because, you know, black and white is my favorite color, and then pink, of course, that's totally me. So I am just going to put it down the center. I think that's the center, maybe lower. And now I'm just gonna wait for this to dry, and in the meantime I'm going to cut around my images again. So I am done with all these images. Oh my goodness, I love the feeling of the laminated ephemera. It looks so nice. So I was thinking maybe I can add some on my cover here, just kind of play around with these. But I also like it just on like black and white with pink type of thing. So I'm gonna think about that for a little bit. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and cut my day bubbles just so they are ready. And I think they're all on the same book. I'm just gonna, so I'm going to be using a little die cutter. So this is a 2.5 inch circle, and it will fit each one of the bubbles perfect. So that's what I'm going to be doing really quick. I'm just gonna separate this and pass them through my die cutter machine. And of course, if you have like a scan and cut type of machine, it will be a lot easier to do. Okay, so I am done cutting all of these circle numbers. So I think they turn out really cute. I like how we have a little bit of the border around. I really like that. Okay, so now I came up with a couple ideas because I'm not going to be adding my bubbles until I actually get to do the dailies. And then I also want to say you don't have to do like a layout every day. For some days you can just do a little bit of a journaling, or just put like a picture of your favorite movie. You know, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. I hope it's not overwhelming for me, because I really don't have a lot of time to dedicate to that, but I wanted to do it because I think it's a cute idea. So the binding that I got kind of came with these page separators, and I think I'm going to keep them because, I mean, they go with the theme of the whole black and white, but some of the things that don't apply, I might just cut them or cover them with some of my ephemera. And I might do another one of these to cover that. But I was thinking here on the front, maybe I can use the whole piece and just put it here as like a page opening. You know, all these different things that, you know, that are Halloween themed. So I think I'm just gonna glue that down there, and that will be like my cover page. Now for, you know, for a place to keep my bubbles and or my date, you know, my day tags and my ephemera, I was thinking on using some envelopes. So I have these ones here, and just place them somewhere like at the beginning of the book. So maybe I'll do one envelope here for, so let me see if all the bubbles will fit in there, and then I can just come here and get my bubbles whenever I'm ready to work on the day. So I might need one envelope, or I might need two, depending on how big, you know, your envelopes are. I think they all fit into one, so I think that works for me. So I'm just gonna get them out for now, and I'm just going to simply glue these down. And these envelopes are from my stash. They are pink. I think I got them at Michael's a long time ago, and they came with like a set of like cards and envelopes. So you don't have to use the pink. You can get any envelope you have on your stash. And maybe I'll use one of these smaller pieces. Let me see, either that one or this guy, to just have somewhere to tag my envelope so it will stay close. So I think the spider will be good. So I'm just gonna glue on the sides like this and just place it right here. And this glue dries clear, so don't worry about it being showing right now. They will be clear after it dries. And then, well, maybe I should put this lower so it's not too difficult to tuck in. And there you go. So okay, so I'm just gonna wait here for this to dry, and I'm going to put all my days and this one. So I like the fact that we can have it in the binder, so if you need to work on your daily somewhere else, you can just stick it with you and everything will be there. So I was thinking on embellishing this page, maybe using some of these cute ephemera pieces. I think these two are super cute, so I'm just gonna glue these ones down. And I like keeping most of these flat because I know it is going to bulk up pretty quickly once I start adding pictures and memories and things like that. So I think those two up there are cute. All right, so now let me put this aside and start making some sheets. Okay, so the sheets I'm going to be making out of some heavyweight cardstock, just because I want these pages to be very sturdy. And I grabbed one of the sheets from my binder. Now your binder might be different, so always measure your page. And I'm gonna use this one as a template. So mine measures 9 by 7, so that's the size that I'm going to cut my base pages at. So let me grab my cutter and let's do that. And it doesn't have to be exact, maybe I'll cut them a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna do 8.5 by 6.5 maybe. So the separators, which are these ones, you know, kind of stand out, and these ones stay in within that space, so I think that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to be doing maybe 3 or 4 sheets of that. Okay, so now I'm going to use my punch holder here to make the holes. I'm just gonna do 2 at a time, and I'm gonna use this one as a template. So you want to like center it because it is a little bit smaller, so make sure that you have it center like this. And I'm just gonna hold it and make the holes. And you can also just pencil mark ahead if you want to do that, so you know exactly, you know, where they go. And I'm going to do the same with the other 2, but this time I'm just gonna use one of the black ones as a template. Now I'm going to cut my design paper, and I'm going to cut my paper a little bit smaller than the page that we created. So this measures 8.5 by 6.5, and I'm going to cut these at 8.25 for the height. And for the width, I actually want my design paper to start here. I want to leave this black. So I'm just gonna cut these 1 inch smaller than the original size. So if we had it at 6.5, I'm going to do 5.5. And so let's see. And that's where this is going to sit, right there. And I really like that. So now I'm going to I'm probably going to round the edges before I glue this down. And now I'm just going to cut a few of the same size so I have them for the rest of the pages. Okay, so I have all my pages cut up, and now, like I said, I'm just going to round the corners of my sheets. So I'm just gonna do the two on the edge for the base, but for the actual sheet, I am going to do all four corners. Okay, so now I have all the pages that I'm going to be using ready. I'm just gonna add my design paper into my base page, just like that. So I'm just doing simple pages for now. Once I get to do the dailies, I might add some like accordion folds or such, depending how many pictures I need for each day. So, or it could be like 2 days on one sheet as well. And like I said, it could just be journaling for that one day. You know, you can make it whichever way you like. There's not really rules, just like a December daily, there's not really rules. It just depends on your favorite style. So I'm just going to continue adding my pages. Okay, so now I have my pages ready to add into my binder here, and I did a few. I'm sure I'm going to probably need to make some more later on, but I'm just giving you the basis of how I'm going to be doing mine. Okay, and then I'm going to be just placing this down. Now I definitely want to embellish some of the fronts here, and for that I think I'll be using some of these sheets. They have some super cute images, like this little ghost, this little peekaboo, the cat, things like that. So I'm gonna be cutting those down and adding them here on my covers. But then I also want to do like a little page that's going to be like an envelope page or a pocket page. So for that, I'm going to grab a new sheet, and I'm going to cut these just at 10 inches. So now I'm going to place this in my scoreboard, and I'm just going to score at 6 inches. And then I'm also going to do 1/2 inch on each one of the sides. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn this around, and I'm going to score at 2 inches. And I'm just gonna be making like a little pocket, little envelope type of thing. So I'm gonna fold this in half, and I'm going to cut, and I know it's hard to see with the paper colors, but I'm going to cut on the half up until the 2 inches that we score, and then I'm cutting all this out, which is the 2 inches. So I'm also going to cut this little 1/2 inch on this side. Okay, so you want to cut the whole 2 inches here, and then the 2 inches with this 1/2 inch, and you're gonna end up with a shape like this. And now I'm just going to cut the corners of this 1/2 inch just like that, and same thing here. So I forgot to score 1/2 inch on the bottom, so I'm going to do that here. So I'm just going to do 1/2 inch along the bottom as well. And same thing, now we're just gonna cut out this whole 1/2 inch up until, you know, the center score line. And now we're gonna go at an angle like this, and I'm going to do my angle here, and actually this one is just gonna go like so. So then I'm going to do a half circle on this one here, which is the front panel, just kind of like on the center like so. take that out. And then we're gonna glue these together. So we're gonna fold this along the line, and you probably only need one of these 1/2 inch notches. I mean, you can glue them together, but I think I'm just gonna take this one out. I'm gonna take one, the one on the front out. So I don't want this to be too bulky, so. Okay, so I think that should be better. Okay, so now I'm going to add my glue on this piece. And then you can also use paper bags if you don't want to, make your own pockets. Paper bags are really, a lot easier to use. I just want mine to kind of match with the whole collection. So now I'm just going to add glue on this other one on the bottom, and this one I'm gonna fold on top. Okay, just like that. And then for here I am going to round the corner. You can also go like at an angle like this if you want that, make it look more like an envelope. So I think I'm just going to round the corners just like that, just a little bit. And okay, so now I think I'm going to be adding a closure to that. So I'm just going to use some of this pink cardstock. Okay, let me cut it so I can make another one. So I'm just cutting 1 inch circles here, and I'm going to do like one of those envelope closures, that go from one side to the other. And I'm just going to do like a little punch on the center. I think it's gonna be, because I have these super cute eyelids, I think they're called, and they're heart and they're pink. So okay, and then I can put this in there. Isn't that cute? I love how that looks. Super cute. Okay, and then I'm going to just close my lid just like so. It's nice and secure in there. Now I'm going to do another one here, probably around there. Now I don't know how I'm going to do this one because this is not long enough to put it where I want to put it. So I might just be doing this manually. So okay, so this one was a little challenging, but I got it in. It's because my my Adley one is too short in here, so I definitely need to get me the one that is longer. But anyway, so now I'm just going to use some twine and add it for the closure of this little envelope. So I'm just gonna grab one and tie it on the bottom one. So the bottom one I didn't do as loose, so you can't have room to tie your twine, just like that. And I'm gonna cut that off, and then when we close these, we're just gonna go around like so. And then I don't want this twine to be too long, so maybe like this should be fine. I'm just gonna cut it right there. Okay, so now we can put this into our binder as well. So I am going to be punching holes to that. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to center it with the base. Just now going to punch the holes. Okay, so I think on this envelope, I'm just going to add the rest of my ephemera just so I can have it. So when I'm ready to start working on my October daily, everything is in here. So I was thinking on doing like, I don't know, like weekly videos. Maybe every Friday I can do the October daily for that week. You guys let me know if you want me to do like maybe every 2 days, every 3 days. I don't know what works for you. Now I'm just going to continue embellishing some of these binder pages using the collection. So I'm going to be using this Hey Boo, and I want this to look kind of like a Polaroid picture. So I'm gonna cut this a little bit more square like so, and then I'm gonna back this onto black cardstock. I'm just using the leftover cardstock that I use making the pages. So I'm just gonna put it like this, and we're gonna trim this here on this side, just like that. And I'm gonna leave this black on the bottom so it kind of looks like a Polaroid picture, and that's going to go on one of the front pages. Now I'm going to use these stickers. These are also from the October kit from the scrapbooking store, and I'm just gonna use this Happy Halloween. I think that's really cute right here on the center. Cute. And then I'm just gonna glue these to my back page so it looks more Halloweeny. And I think that's gonna be it for my setup. I'm gonna see how it goes. I might need to add more pages as the months go, or the days go, not the months. So I have all my bubbles there, and I might print a couple more ephemera pieces because I think they're super cute. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you are motivated to do your October daily. Like I said, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. It just has to be fun, and it's all about treasuring your memories for this year. And that's something I learned, how quickly my kids are growing and how every year they're different. So definitely I want to start keeping more memories of them. And so yeah, so I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.